We did hear that a Pakistani Taliban commander called some of the journalists from the tribal belt where they are usually based or where they usually move and operate out of. So the tribal journalists got, some colleagues of mine also got a call in which they did take responsibility of this attack. But then later on, after an hour or two of that, the official spokesperson for the Pakistani Taliban, he sent out a statement to all journalists, and in which he said, which I also saw a copy of, in which he said that we had nothing to do with this particular attack. Now, I was talking to some of the people from the tribal belt and some people who have been reporting in that area and have been reporting on Taliban, and some analysts who know these Taliban communication styles, and they say that this was done deliberately by the Taliban. It could be one of the tactics that they're using to confuse the Pakistani public, because they're already Pakistani public. There are many conspiracy theories amongst them about whether or not these attacks are being done by the Taliban, or whether these attacks are done even by Muslims. And because of that, they play on those conspiracies, and they want to have that maintain that public support. And because of which we see that one Taliban faction at the same time is accepting responsibility for it, and then later on they are denying responsibility for it in a way to continue enjoying public support and still be able to carry out these attacks.
Taha, this attack came just over a year after more than 150 people were killed in an attack on a school in Peshawar. How come we're still seeing such massive security failures?
Definitely, this is a question that a lot of people are also asking here. We've been seeing that there's a lot of criticism towards especially the Pakistan army, because they are the ones who are controlling the internal security policy, and they're the ones who are fighting the Taliban in the tribal belt or elsewhere in the country. And today also again, this seems like an intelligence failure, which is what a lot of reports are suggesting, because there were already intelligence reports about the fact that there might be an attack against an educational institute, and last week we saw schools being closed because of that particular reason only. Now we are seeing that the army chief and the Pakistan Prime Minister have called a meeting, and they are trying to see what way to go forward from here. But we've seen that even after the school attack that happened last time in 2014, there were some cosmetic changes that were done, but the fight against extremism wasn't really done as thoroughly as possible, as some critics say that there needs to be an overhaul and complete dismantling of the infrastructure that supports the militancy. And still, despite a year passing of the last attack, and we're seeing that these attacks are continuing to happen, that means that some infrastructure of the militants does still exist, and that needs to be dismantled. And it also then they also point fingers to the fact that within the military establishment, there are factors which at times support militancy because of Afghanistan, because of the fight in Afghanistan, or regional proxies that they're supporting, and because of that, these are the consequences that we have to face.
All right, thank you very much indeed, Taha. Taha Siddiqui reporting from Islamabad.